Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for a Solicitation Station, episode 29 already, and my goodness, I have a little bit extra this time around. One involving something that I picked up a little bit earlier this year, and that involves an AWA previews, and I noticed it at my LCS and I thought, oh, I might check this out. Of course, we have the Marvel previews, and last but not least, we also have the previews, or the DC Connect, issues 44 and 45. So I'll try to get through this as quick as possible, because I'm doing this video pretty much at the beginning of the week here in Australia, so hopefully it'll be out by the end of the week. So let's get things organized for the first one that I'll be covering. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I've got some things I need to take care of today, and FTS, and let's continue. So the first one we'll be starting on will be the Marvel Previews, issue 29, and as you can see here, we have Jed MacKay with Pepe Larraz working on Blood Hunt. I probably won't be collecting this series because I'm mainly following his story with Moon Knight. So let's start to move into the next area, or try to finish this as quick as possible so I can move into the next one, being the AWA one. So as we move into the beginning, there's really nothing of interest here at the beginning for the previews. So we get the return of the Scarlet Witch along with whoever that Iron Man character is meant to be, and this is just a bit of a preview to Blood Hunt. So this is a lot of advertising for just the first thing. Let's move into the next. So we move into the Avengers and Ultimate Spider-Man, the next couple of issues. I don't know if I'll be picking up the second issue yet. I might wait until there's a review in regards to it. If I am interested in it, I'll definitely check it out. Ultimate X-Men, I'm a little bit unsure with the series, though I do like Peach Momoko and some of her, I guess, Elseworld storytelling through Marvel. I don't know how well she'll go with this Ultimate storytelling at Marvel. Of course, we return to some Deadpool. Of course, none of these previous issues are in my list. Some Spider-Gwen, not in my list. Spider-Man, Zeb Wells, not in my list. More not in my list. Kid Venom, issue 1 of 4. I must admit, I did like the first issue, which was put out, sort of like a bit of a one-shot covering the character. And I would actually like to follow more about this character. We have some symbiote Spider-Man. One thing I must say about the Kid Venom story, at least it's set in a sort of like a time period where a lot of the regular Spider-Man is sort of like set in its own version of modern day. Some more Spider-Man related stuff, not interested. Again, not interested. Not interested in any of these. Not interested in any of these. Not interested in any of these. Same applies to these. And the same applies to these. 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 Some facsimile editions. Not too sure if I want to pick any of them up. I'll try to speed this up a bit, but at the moment, presently, there's not really a lot here that grab my interest. The Spider-Boy, I'll be checking out the first volume to the series Doesn't mean I'll like it. I don't know yet. Nothing really here. Nothing really here. Nothing really here. All except maybe the Moon Knight Power Pack. I must see if I can try to get a hold of some of the trades in relation to those characters. Nothing really here. Nothing really here. I might try to speed this up a bit. Nothing here once again. Nothing here once again. Same applies. Do yourself a favor. Don't pick up Disney Star Wars. And that applies to this too. The date rape of the Star Wars franchise. Care of David Fraudoloni, Kathleen Kennedy, and everyone else working at Disney Lunatic Film. Nothing really of interest here. Maybe now we're into something a little bit more decent, and it is the collected editions. Yay! More collected editions. Anything of interest? Not really so far. Nothing of interest. Again, nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Moving into the trades. Nothing of interest presently. Nothing of interest once again. 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 Same applies to this. Same applies to this. Same applies to this. Same applies to this. The Legends related stuff in relation to Star Wars is worth picking up, but I'll tell you something. Don't buy it at the price that they're selling it as, because you'll still be supporting Disney Lunatic Film. Nothing of interest here. Again, nothing of interest. Nothing of interest once again. And again, no one wants to read how Brian Michael Bendis destroyed the Marvel Universe. And last but not least, nothing really of interest here. About the only thing that's really good there is probably the Deadpool poster. Alright, so now it's time to move on to the AWA previews, and let's see what they have on display. So with this, they also offer a free poster inside, so this is going to be quite interesting. And if the poster is worth keeping, who knows, maybe I might put it up on the wall, depending what the character it is. So looking at the front, we've got some stuff by Mark Russell, Ed Brisson, and Jagan Burrows, who are playing parts in stories at AWA. So we get a bit of a look inside, and first off we look into Mark Russell's project. I don't think I'll be picking that up. Again, doesn't look really exciting, and also some of the stuff that he's worked on. Nothing really there that I'd want to pick up. We move on to the next. Nothing interesting so far. Some Ed Brisson stuff. Some nice pictures here and there. Nice to see some of the panels that are shared, but without the voice bubbles. And moving into the next. Moving to one of the pictures in relation to the poster that's in the story. And of course one of the posters. No, I don't think I'll be grabbing it. Doesn't look all that interesting. Same again. And we move into the next. So hopefully I'll try to get through this as quick as possible. Bit of a look in relation to the story called The Madness, and a bit of a preview. Quite a preview being shared. Maybe too much of a preview being shared. And I feel like I've gotten the whole first issue of this madness. Did they really have to do this? I understand that they want character to be brought into the spotlight, but they could have saved some of those pages for the first issue. And last but not least, towards the end, and some more information, and finally done. So now the next thing we move on to is the DC Connect, and I'll try to get through this one as quick as possible. Same with the last two, as we get to see what is coming out within the next coming months. So for March and April, so we'll start off with this, and we got some more Zero and I think one thing that they really need to do with the Zero and is keep Zero and a separate character outside of the Batman universe, and don't make him a part of Batman's mind. period, and that he was never a part of Batman's mind. So we move into the highlights, and we move into some Suicide Squad with the annoyingly Amanda Waller, Batman Dylan Dog, which should be coming out quite soon. And of course we move into Batman Dark Age, to which I'm not really interested in picking up any Mark Russell compared to some of the stuff that he's written in the past. We have Batman and Robin. Of course, I'll probably be getting this series along with any covers that have Damian Wayne on them. Do I want to see Flatline return? No, not at all. Someone kill her off. Someone kill her off, and someone bring in Damian Wayne's family, like I think it's Mara. I'd rather see her. I'd rather see Maya over Flatline. I'd rather see Colin over Flatline. Just get rid of Flatline. Of course, we have Detective Comics, and we have Nightwing, and thank goodness it is off my list. Moving into the next thing, there's nothing really of interest here. Nothing really of interest here. Batman Superman World's Finest, issue 25, oversized anniversary issue. I do look forward to getting it. I don't know what variants that I might be interested in picking up. Of course, we have Action Comics with Chase and Aaron. Who knows, maybe you might actually pull off a really good story. Even though, personally, I don't enjoy his work at Marvel. So far, he has shown maybe some indication of respecting the characters and not treating them like shit. But that doesn't mean it's going to hold up for every issue. And of course we have Superman issue 12, which is run by Joshua Williamson. The Flash with Simon Spurrier. I think I might drop this series and just stick with Neil before Zod. The Sinister Sons. I hope I really enjoyed the first issue because it is meant to be coming out this week. We have some Titans officially off my list. Green Arrow was never on it, nor was Green Lantern. Oh, Green Lantern was, but only for a certain storyline. There's nothing. About the only thing here that is on my list is actually the Jay Garrick Flash, written by Jeremy Adams, which is best thing since sliced bread. We of course have some Shazam and Blue Beetle, which would be on my list. And we have the April special, which probably won't be on my list. Justice League versus Godzilla. I have really been enjoying this, and I'm going to miss the series when it ends, to be honest. Nothing really of interest here. That looks like it deserves to be in the shredder. Nothing really of interest there. Some spotlighted stuff. There's a facsimile edition there, which has Talia al Ghul first appearance, and another limited edition, which also has Talia al Ghul, which I might end up picking up. Then we finally move into some more Flash related stuff. So some Jeremy Adams, which will quite likely have the story in relation to the Super Sons, which I would end up picking up. We also have Superman the Chained and also World's Finest Teen Titans. That'd probably be something I'd want in my list. Nothing really of interest here. Time to move to the next page. Nothing really of interest here, unless there's something that's in softcover trade that I might want to pick up. Yes, Wayne Family Adventures, Volume 4. Most definitely want to get that, because I do enjoy the Wayne Family Adventures, and it's worth reading on Webtoons. About the only thing here that really grabs my interest is the Nightwing Compendium, which has Chuck Dixon on the title. Moving into the rest of the stuff, just ignore what came before. We have Blunt Syndicate Season 1. Nothing really of interest here. Unless that's, oh yes, the Justice League Volume 3, Leagues of Chaos. Yes, I'll probably be picking that up because of covering the end of the Bendis run. And that pretty much covers it all. Now it's time to move into issue 45. So we have the House of Brainiac coming in. And am I interested as to see what things will be happening in April? Well, let's find out. Firstly, moving to the highlighted stuff, as well as the Chip Zdarsky. And if you already haven't heard, Chip Zdarsky has decided to quit. I think he has, I'm not too sure if it's mainstream that he's quitting or something else that he's quitting. I don't know how accurate the rumor is, so until there's further information and maybe confirmed through DC Comics itself that he has quit DC Comics in relation to his stories and that, I'll wait to hear it from the horse's mouth. So we have some free comic book day stuff. Nothing of interest so far. Of course, Detective Comics by Ram V. Is this story gonna bloody end yet? Because I'm getting sick of it. I'd rather be reading the Batman and Robin, to be honest. And maybe I should just drop the Detective Comics run by Ram V. So we've got Batman Offworld, we have Batman Dark Age, none of interest. Not really a lot here of interest, and that includes the Nightwing Legacy. Nothing of interest here. Let's move on to the next pages. World's Finest, probably about the only thing. House of Brainiac, Part 1, Part 2. Quite likely they'll already be on my list. Only whatever's on my list. Sinister Sons, about the only thing that would be on my list here, along with Kneel Before Zod. With Suspiria on the Flash, I'll probably end up dropping it before issue 8. But that's not to say that there isn't a nice cover or two for issue 8. Of course, we have the Flash Annual by Simon Spurrier once again. Titans, thank goodness I have removed it from my list. Shazam issue 10, really like the look of the house in the picture. That's about the only thing of interest, and maybe the Blue Beetle one. And last but not least, the final issue of Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong. And of course, Superman Metal Curtain. I also believe that's the final issue, where Superman versus Metallo. Next is the DC Spring Breakout. If there's anything there that might have a story on Damian, I might check it out. Next is the Justice Society of America. Might pass. I think I'll wait for the trade. Nothing of interest here. Nothing really of interest here. Nothing really of interest here. Yeah. All nice, lovely artwork, Jim Lee, but it ain't helping DC with its sales. How about actually being a president for once, instead of being a jerk? Of course, the Spotlight editions of the Collected DC, that is something that I would probably consider picking up, even though quite likely it's going to be hardcover. It's a pity that they don't bring out both hardcover and softcover at the same time, because, hey, DC, you'd get more money that way. Nothing really of interest here. About the only things that I'd probably want to grab here would just be the Shazam one, providing that it's a softcover. Anything that might be Webtoon related, I'll probably consider grabbing here. Moving more into the collected editions, about the only thing that might grab my interest would be the terrible Megan Fitzmartin Dark Crisis Young Justice. Grab it because of how terrible a writer she is, and how never to write a story about the Young Justice characters, and maybe even a Secret Six. Of course, with this stuff of interest that I would grab would be the Son of Kal-El, providing its soft cover, most definitely. Of course, the Super Sons Complete Collection, Book 1. Justice Buster, most definitely. Anything else there? Not really. Oh, I just noticed. Maybe the Batman Family Year 1 box set. That might be worth picking up. And that finishes it all for this episode of the Solicitation Station. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.